Alright guys, what's going on, and welcome to another video in the series. This is the Ford Raptor detailing series. There is a bunch of episodes out there on the channel. So if you're watching this and you haven't watched the prep stage or the taping stage or the inspection stage, go watch those videos first. It'll be much more helpful and a little bit more logical when going through them in order. So with that said, we are on the paint correction stage. As we did in the inspection step, you did notice that there was a decent amount of swirls, but it wasn't nearly as bad as my E46, which I did a full series on as well. So if you're into detailing and you're kind of like a weekend guy like me, you might enjoy that series as well. And I want to tell you, I did cheat on you a little bit. I already paint corrected a lot of the truck. And doing that first gives me a heads up to tell you exactly what I'm going to do. Jescar Correcting Compound, not as aggressive in my experience, is actually working really well. We're getting 85 to 90% of the scratches out. Anything deeper, I don't think this would get anyways. And you always want to err on the less aggressive side. So we're gonna use this. We're also pairing it with a microfiber cutting pad, which is my favorite, one of my favorite types of cutting pads. It's pretty much the only one I use. And I also have my Rupus polisher, and you might be saying, why the heck does that pad look pink? And that's a great question. When I first polished it, it started turning pink, and I got a little scared, and I didn't know if there was like paint work done. I don't have a paint depth gauge. Normally this doesn't happen with vehicles that have like clear and then the color is underneath it. If you have single stage paint, I assume this is normal. But I don't really know what to make of it, to be honest with you, at this point in time. I don't know what else to say. All the pads are kind of turning a little bit pink, which kind of sucks. When I clean them, it helps, but anyways, that's what we're going with. We're doing the Jescar Correcting Compound. If I don't have a good explanation on the pink situation for the pads, definitely comment below what you think, because I can't imagine that the entire truck has been like repainted. There aren't really like tape lines or anything. There's no marks of like it being like jumped or having some serious like reason for having body work done. And even if you had body work done, I don't think it would be turning the pads red or pink either. So anyways, that is just one of those really weird situations I'm running into in paint correcting the truck. So with that said, let's jump into more paint correction. Alright guys, so if you remember from the inspection video, I admitted that I scraped into a tree right here, and you'll see that before footage, but now I really worked this area. I went over it, I did a normal paint correction, I could still see it. Then I went over it again with the Mini just to focus on that area. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm having a hard time finding where that scratch was. So I know it was kind of in line with the door handle here, so I know it was like right around here, but it looks like maybe there's just a tad of a reminiscent right there, but that is actually really nice that that actually came out. Jescar Correction Compound actually cut more than I thought it would, so pretty good combination on this paint. Work it a little more, gets a little deeper, otherwise do maybe 3 or 4 passes, and really good results. As you guys can see, a little bit of haze, but it does finish pretty good. Yes guys, that's right. We are done with the paint correction stage of the Raptor. I want to give you a final walk around of the truck. It's really dusty and I still have pink pads. So if someone can explain why normal clear coat is leaving pink pads, that'd be great. I'm not experienced enough to ever have that happen. But a couple of things here, walk around final time. All right, let's start from the front of the truck. One of the things that you guys know if you saw the intro to the Raptor video is that the grill had lots of love bugs and tons of issues. It was refinished, so it looks a lot better, but unfortunately, so this is paint corrected and you guys can see there's still a lot of, pitting and just paint missing. Unfortunately, that is just the way it goes. I mean, that's gotta be love bugs, guys. So, especially like right here, like, oh, Brandon, you forgot to clean off a bug. No, that's actually paint missing. And that's a little rock chip right there. But unfortunately, that is just kind of the cards we were dealt. Florida truck, which is great, so no rust, but unfortunately, you have to deal with love bugs. So the good thing that I did notice about the front of this truck is it doesn't take very long to polish because the hood is big, but it's very square. So you just take the 15 and just go to town. So that took like much less time than I anticipated. And then the front bumper is just like this piece. Unlike like the 3 Series, you have this piece above the plastic, you have this lower piece, you have this piece by the grill, you have this little, angular piece over here. It takes a lot longer. So with the truck, it doesn't have like a painted lower part, which is really nice. These were a little tricky, but you just get the nano in there, which is perfect. It has large fenders, which are huge. You guys can see the paint correction results there. Look pretty good. I mean, some areas are a little bit better than others, depending on how deep the scratches were. Around the door handles get a little bit more scratched, but generally, the truck came out really good. You guys know the next step is to do the polishing. So that was removing the majority of the scratches, which we did. Took out the little vents, polished everything really nicely, and then we're gonna go on to polishing. That's gonna do it. I will tell you that took significantly less time than this car. So that car was like 17 years of like improper washing / maybe car washes, where the Raptor here, only 6 years of potential abuse. So for what that's worth, that's kind of the way that things played out. Paint is definitely much softer than on the 3 Series or like most BMWs that I'm used to, which makes it a little bit better for the paint correction stage. But I'm still really like puzzled about these pads. Like these pads, they're all pink. And I started at different areas. I'm like, oh, maybe they had body work at the rear. So I put a fresh pad and I did the hood. Still did the same thing. So I don't understand what the deal is there. I guess I'll have to do a little more research. But I'm gonna wrap it up. My camera's literally about to die. Stay tuned for the polishing step and I'll see you guys next time.